everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lingerie Lowdown, the podcast. I'm Jim Williams, your host, and we're about to take you on a journey into one of the fastest growing areas of the fashion industry, the multi-billion-dollar world of lingerie. Now, we're going to introduce you to the women and men that you see as presenters on Lingerie Lowdown, the website. They come from all four corners of the globe. They are a very diverse group of people representing many ethnic groups, along with, of course, many different body types. We are also going to introduce you to the people behind some of the best known brands in the fashion industry, as well as turn you on to some of the new cutting edge designers that are pushing the limits of fashion. Well, today our guest is Ruslandia, a Lingerie Lowdown presenter who joins us from Amsterdam. She's very passionate about her work and dedicated, always to sticking to that Lingerie Lowdown credo that all reviews are done in an honest and straightforward manner. She's got a great sense of humor. She is a very intelligent, very interesting young lady. And Ruslandia, it's a pleasure to have you on the podcast. Let's talk a little bit about how you got started with Lingerie Lowdown.
Well, first of all, I have to tell you that I have a cold, so you might hear it or I might cough. Apologies for that.
That's okay, not a problem.
Yeah.
We've all been sick, so
Okay.
Thanks for pushing through for this for us.
Yeah. So I'm 25 years young, and I'm originally from Russia. I moved to Holland when I was about 5. And then I moved to Amsterdam, I think also about 5 years ago, because the place where I lived, it was close to Germany, and I didn't feel like I had like a really great future there because you don't have a lot of big companies, or they don't appreciate my Russian language, stuff like that. So it's not a big city.
Right.
And in Amsterdam, things changed a little bit, like the faster life, everything's more expensive. But still, then I heard from my sisters, I call them sisters, that they are reviewing pantyhose and that they're getting paid for it. And she was like, yeah, why don't you just go do that? You can also do lingerie. I've heard we're going to start with that too, because it was pretty new. It was like,
right at the time.
I think it was like 2 years ago already when she introduced it to me. And I was thinking about it because back then I had a whole different mindset, and I was like, I don't know if I want to be with lingerie on YouTube and stuff like that. So I thought about it for like half a year, I think. And eventually I decided to just send a video because, I was like, I don't know if he's going to like my video, blah, blah, blah. But he was like excited to work with me, and I started getting products. And before I knew it, I was just like reviewing all kinds of stuff. And I just stayed in it because it's fun to do. It's in my own environment.
Right. You know, one of the things that I think people appreciate about your presentations, of course, they're always always honest and straightforward, but you are very clever about how you explain things to people, where it might not necessarily be something you like, but you explain to them, well, if you're of this particular body type, or if there's something here that you like, you always seem to try to find something positive, even when you don't necessarily like something. And conversely, when you do like something, you're very effusive about how well, how you like to get people to understand that it's a good product. So you try your best on both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, well, I guess I just try to put myself in a situation of a person who shops online a lot. For like in my life, I've shopped so much online, and I wish I knew more about all of these products. And it's just great to know how it feels or how it stretches, not just what it looks like, So
what's funny,
I think it's it's about the details also, because a little detail can change a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
For example, I found out that I think it was a bralette or something. I
Mm-hmm.
found out that I could lock it on the back. So the two
Mm-hmm.
bonds, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how to say it right now. I
Okay.
could basically click them together, so it
Mm-hmm.
makes a cross on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And that whole thing, it changed everything.
Mm-hmm.
The
So it's
whole
the whole
how it
outfit.
looks,
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
how the bralette looks, like
Mm-hmm.
the whole fit of it
Mm-hmm.
changed
Mm-hmm.
because of that little detail.
It's funny.
So
A number of times when you guys, the presenters, make suggestions, you always wonder, well, is anybody listening? And we've had a run here of folks who are the manufacturers and the designers and all that, and 100% they listen. And they said, if Lingerie Lowdown presenters, have a problem with it, then what's the average person going to do with it? So they
uh-huh.
do listen to your feedback.
Yeah, that's great.
We'll be back with more of Lingerie Lowdown, the podcast, right after this.
Life is about making decisions. At BMW I, we decided it was time to reinvent the car from the ground up, making sure we were open for truly innovative ideas. We decided that the car we wanted must be electric, and it should be made of extremely light and super strong carbon fiber. And finally, we decided to make it more intelligent and added our promise of incomparable driving pleasure. We made all these decisions to offer you a choice. The all-electric BMW i3.
Welcome back to Lingerie Lowdown, the podcast. Did you ever thought that you would be in the modeling business?
In the modeling business,
Mm-hmm.
just modeling in general.
Right.
Well, I've always heard from my mom that I was
Mm-hmm.
too short for that. So as a
Mm-hmm.
kid, I already put modeling out of my head, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, now I figured out that there's so many other ways of modeling, and
Mm-hmm.
especially with social media right now, with influencing,
Mm-hmm.
there's so many other ways to make a living off of it, basically,
Mm-hmm.
without actually being a professional model and having actual shoots for example, let's say Vogue or
Right.
whatever. So there are so many other ways. You can be
That's
your own
yeah.
photographer, basically,
Mm-hmm.
your own model.
Well, you could be your own content creator. You don't have to have a fashion
Yeah.
magazine. You don't have to. As a matter of fact, most of the top Instagram models and other models in that regard, they're not your typical catwalk models like your mom was talking about. I mean, those ladies are, anywhere from 5'10" to almost 6 feet tall, and they are almost a size 0 or a size 2. That's not reality. And that's, I think, one of the interesting things about Lingerie Lowdown is that you all put forth what is real. I mean, you're a real body type. There are hundreds of other presenters on there with all different types of body types. And that's so, to your point, you don't have to be a catwalk model to be a successful model.
Exactly, indeed. That's why we also have different, we have these special events, reviews that we do. Like sometimes maybe like 3 of us get the same item, like these fun things we do. And we have also a thing going on with different sizes. I think it's also my sister's also doing it. Maybe it's already posted about that. They review the same product, but they have different sizes.
Sure.
So what's the difference and how does it look? And I think I'm also going to be reviewing one of those 5. There will be things sent to 5 different presenters, and I will be one of them. So it's very great that we do this, because this basically, it shows that, it doesn't matter what size you have. There are different kinds of clothes. Like maybe because I'm skinny, something looks a little bit less good on me than someone else, It doesn't have to be this typical stereotype, like skinnier is better, like it used to be, generally.
Yeah. And the other part is that when you do have those situations, you literally don't have to, you can go from presenter to presenter and compare what it looks like for your body type, as opposed to having to worry about, okay, I see it on Ruslandia, but is it going to look the same on me? Well, all you have to do is click either up one or down one, and you're going to be able to see somebody else wearing the same thing, and it's going to be closer to your body type.
Exactly.
Now you also,
I just remembered, just one more thing, right? You see these memes about how girls order something and online it looks so great, and then they get the product and they take a picture and it looks like it's a totally different thing. It's like all saggy and ugly. So this is basically something like, the person on a picture online obviously doesn't have the same body type as you have.
Right.
So you cannot really expect it to look exactly the same with the same size. And what we do, we actually have real people. We don't edit. Right. We don't cut out all of these things. And especially we don't get like these promotions from brands so we can like show off. We actually give real reviews. Like, we don't like this. That this is not really good. Blah blah blah. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time.
Right. And you're not constricted, and you don't have to say, well, you don't have to be nice. I mean, obviously polite is good, but if you don't like something, you don't like it.
Exactly. But everybody also has their own opinion. So obviously when I give my reviews, I try at least to tell it as much as possible from my own perspective and opinion. Because I can say that this detail is not really nicely done because there's a hole in it. Obviously, there's a hole in it. It's a fact. It's not done nicely. But if I'm like, I don't like the shape of it. Maybe someone else does like it. I just don't like it. Or maybe I don't like it for my legs.
Right.
So no judgment. It's just all about my own opinion about the product.
And which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You have the opportunity to go forward and say, okay, this is what I want to do, what I want to see. Help me out here. And you come through with it. Now, let's talk a second about your lifestyle. What do you like from a diet standpoint? Are you vegan, or you eat meat? Let's talk about that.
I'm vegan.
Because I know that when we chatted before, to you had to explain that it was really a lifestyle, and it's not just what you eat. There's so many other parts to it. Why don't you give us a little background on that?
Well, I started with veganism because of the diet, basically. But if you say lifestyle, then you mean like also like wearing fur, or
that's
wearing certain kinds of makeup that is tested on animals, or other products that are not vegan, to not use it, that contain certain ingredients that just come from animals, even if it's honey. So in that way it turns into a lifestyle. It can be just diet wise, but at the same time, most of the people I've actually seen in Facebook groups, I was pretty amazed, but most of the people actually do it for the animals, like beyond, like not beyond, but they would rather do it to save an animal than for their own health.
Right.
So they're like, I don't care about myself. I just hope that more animals get saved. That's a lot of people's thinking. So if you think like that, then you also would not wear fur. Generally, if you're against that.
Right.
So that's a lifestyle, but it also turns into a lifestyle when you notice that you cannot go to the same places anymore, or you don't buy the same things anymore. You cannot cook together anymore all the time because it's just different. Some people you will have maybe less contact with because some people have very strong opinions about veganism. And when you turn vegan, maybe you lose some people. That's even possible because they just very, very much against it. Yeah.
Well, but it seems to have done well for you.
To me, it did. Like, honestly, even if I would lose people because of that, I would not really care. I started, eating vegan because of my health. And it was not like cold turkey like I did with smoking, for example. It actually was like first cut off meat, because the only thing I basically ate was chicken already. And sometimes other things, but that was like sometimes. Regular base, just chicken, because I used to work out all the time. And then I found out that I'm lactose intolerant, so you can also cut off the dairy products.
Right.
And that leaves them, just the eggs, I think?
Pretty much, yeah.
Eggs and honey, basically. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. I might as well just drop that too. Oh, yeah, and fish. Fish was the hardest part, though.
Now, fish is kind of difficult to give up.
Oh, my God, yes, it was. That was like the last thing I ate. I always ate at my mom's place, because that was like the only thing that she had to offer me. Because they always ate meat and everything with milk.
Right. Well, and the other part of the fish is, I mean, being there in Amsterdam, I mean, there's some fantastic fish that you can get in Amsterdam as well.
So. Definitely.
But you know, the vegan lifestyle and certainly the vegan way is, for most part, it's a much more healthier way, and it's a concept. And to be honest, if we're really going to lose friends, right? If we're going to lose friends over something that has to do with your diet and your lifestyle, and it doesn't, you know, if they don't respect your way of living, well, then maybe they're not the best of friends in the first place.
Yeah, well, not even maybe. I'm pretty sure about that.
No, I'm with you on that.
If you cannot accept my choice that I actually consciously make, then why would I even want you around me?
There you go.
Doesn't even affect you.
Let me ask you a quick question about some of your favorite things you have reviewed on Lingerie Lowdown, and a couple of your least favorites. You don't have to name brands, but a couple of things that you liked and thought, wow, you know, I wasn't sure I was going to like that, but man, it's fantastic. And a couple of things you got that you're like, you know, I'm not so keen on this.
I'm checking on my own page right now of Lingerie Lowdown. Let me see what I liked.
Yeah, a couple things you liked and a couple things not so much.
Yeah. What I didn't expect to like that much was the pantyhose that I reviewed like way in the beginning. It was the Couture Ultimate Charlotte tights. I have them in front of me. And they are these leather-proof tights. And I was never a fan of pantyhose, but, you know, I was like, let me just try it, wear it with a skirt, you know, with some heels. And this is such a great pattern, and it looks awesome. It fits awesome. And indeed, it just doesn't break. It's so firm. I went with it through everything, through a whole winter and autumn, and it still survived through everything. So it's my, like, to-go pantyhose or something. I don't know how to. So that's a product that I really did not expect to like that much. Yeah, then we had like a few products that I didn't like was, for example, a few bikinis that I thought to myself, it's pretty disappointing. Like the Boohoo Orlando camouflage bikini. It looks so flat. And the same goes for the Boohoo mesh high-waisted crop bikini, which was a pink one. But also because I lost weight, I kind of lost volume. So it looked a little bit less good, in my opinion. And for the rest, I like, let me check, what was it again? I like the bunny outfit a lot.
Oh, the bunny,
because, you know, it's just like the dress-up thing. It's nice. It's fun. I just like it. And the body, I just like it because I think they bring up like the good points, the good features of my body or something. I don't know how to explain it. I just
See,
like the way it looks.
It's a classic look because you're dressed like a Playboy bunny, and it's a classic look of the 60s and 70s. So it's kind of like a throwback. It's a fun thing. It's not to be meant in a sexual way. It's just a fun, flirty little thing.
Yeah, and I like the colors, and I like the material of it a lot. It was like the whole set of it was just great. Usually when you get these things that go for like animals or anime, whatever you go as for Halloween, they look a little bit cheap because it's usually low price and it's just for one time. But this is like high quality product for real, and that's what I love about it. I can actually like reuse it, or you can like sell it to someone else, and it's like new.
Well, it was a well-made garment, so there you go.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty pricey also. I think it was like $40 or $50 maybe, but it's definitely worth the price because it has the whole outfit, like stock, like what is it, like the whole of the ears, all of it,
from ears to tail.
Exactly.
Even
a little faux fur tail.
Yep, it's really cute. I'm gonna throw you some questions from Lingerie Lowdown. There's no wrong answer, okay? And it's just an A or B question answer. All right?
Yeah.
All right. When it comes to hose, are you a silk or a nylon person?
Oh, was it again? I think silk was vegan, right? So then I would go for nylon.
That's right. Silk is vegan. You're right. So it's got to be nylon.
So silk is not vegan. Silk is something with animals.
Well, I thought somebody said. Okay, well,
fiber.
Is it fiber? Okay, so silk or nylon? Which one?
Yeah, I go for nylon.
Okay. How about lace or floral?
Lace.
Okay. Brief or thong?
Thong.
Okay. Bra or bralette?
Obviously bralette.
Okay. Padded or not?
Not. I literally take out these things. There was once a woman in the store working there. I took them out and she was like, "Can I have them? I need them, And I was like, "Please, here you go.
Take them all." There you go.
Exactly. And I bought 2. It was like a set of 2 of these little tops. This is basic stretch top. But the back had a little like floral mesh, whatever, like print. One is black, one is white. And I wanted to get rid of both of the padding. So I gave them both to her. Black and white.
Paying it forward. Good plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, how about swimsuit or bikini?
Bikini. Because I like my belly, my abs.
There you go. Let's see all that work, all that hard work. If you don't wear the bikini, nobody gets to see all that hard work. So
exactly.
How about, are you a summer or a winter girl?
I would say summer.
Okay. How about, now you got 3 options here. Stockings, pantyhose, or tights.
What is the difference?
Well, stockings can be like pull-ups, hold-ups, a proper stocking. Pantyhose, of course. You told me earlier that you found a set of pantyhose that you thought, you never in a million years would you like, but they became your go-to pantyhose. And then tights obviously are, much thicker. So it's stockings, which are traditional stockings, hold-ups type, or pantyhose or tights.
Stockings. I go for stockings, definitely. And
100%.
For real, I should really get those more often to review, actually. Like, I hope Scott hears this. So I like those more because they don't get in the way of my belly. It doesn't get too tight. I don't like it when things are too tight around my belly.
You don't like things to be constrictive.
Exactly. I like to breathe.
Right.
All the way out. So
breathing is a good thing. Yes. We breathing is definitely important.
They leave me all the space and all the everything to move.
How about
and they don't fall off, by the way. I mean, that you have, because with pantyhose, I wear sometimes underwear on top of it, so it doesn't fall off, you know. That is another struggle that you don't have with these hold-ups.
Well, it's funny that one of your fellow presenters, Katie, okay, the model from Brighton, Katie calls it the sagging crotch problem. She doesn't like the sagging crotch problem. So I think the two of you are in that camp on the pantyhose side.
Yeah, exactly.
Color-wise, nude or black?
Black.
Okay. Sheer or opaque?
Sheer.
Okay. Lastly, are you a bodysuit fan or not?
Yeah, now I am.
Ah, you've been converted.
Yeah. I saw the beauty of it. And
it's funny how many presenters said, you know what, I really wasn't into bodysuits at all. And then I got, I reviewed a couple of them, and now I don't go anywhere without one. So a lot of converts that have been made by Lingerie Lowdown when it comes to the bodysuit aspect of it. Okay, now you're my expert here, and need a little help from you on it. Now, there are a lot of women out there who want to know what are 5 things or so that they should have in their everyday wardrobe. From a standpoint of lingerie that they should have in their everyday wardrobe that you think, and again, we're not talking about expensive, we're talking about, things that they should have that will make things easier for them.
Yeah, I get it. It's like the mascara of the makeup.
Exactly. Yeah. Your foundation.
Yeah. Let me see. Well, I remember that I've written down a list of that, but I don't know where it is anymore.
That's okay.
I definitely would suggest some red underwear, whatever kind it is, because when you wear something white, the red underneath it doesn't show. I would say also.
What about from a comfort level? What should they have from a comfort level? Because you're gonna be wearing this all day long.
Well, from a comfort level, does it have to be lingerie?
No, whatever. Go ahead.
Because from a comfort level, I thought of leggings, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, because leggings is like, I could wear it everywhere all day.
There you go. Okay.
Let's say you definitely need some nude stuff to wear that doesn't really show underneath it.
How about something that makes you feel, empowered? This is a lot of presenters say that there's a set of underwear that just absolutely, when they want to feel their best and go to work and, go out with the idea that, when I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm going to put that outfit on, and I'm the only one that's going to see it, but everybody in the world is going to better look out for me because that's my power outfit.
Oh yeah. That's like the kind of outfit that is like, that makes you feel very good about yourself, but it's still not highly uncomfortable.
Right.
So you can still wear it. Yeah, you should definitely have something like that too. Because I think people underestimate it. It's funny that I think in a whole different way about it right now compared to a few years ago, but you can wear something and nobody might see it, but just because you love yourself because of it, it will show to others too, and obviously to yourself.
Well, I think that's the key, is that when it comes to lingerie in general, specifically bras, panties, that type of thing, it's all about the mindset, right? I mean, If you feel good and sexy about yourself when you leave home, you're going to have that attitude all day long.
Exactly. And then you attract better things, obviously.
Right. How about
I
robes?
think
Are
we
you a
are
robes
on
fan?
board.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
definitely. I just don't have enough of them.
Well, you
But
have
I
to
have
start
like
reviewing
one
more.
robe. Yeah, I have one robe, like this pink one with white polka dots, and I have this one for 100 years already. I don't know why, but it's like highly wearable. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't see why I would get rid of it. So, yeah. But
Hang on
I
to
have
it.
another robe too that is like not for warmth or comfort. It's like more like a summer robe, and it's like hot pink, and I love it. It's just very comfortable. I love wearing it around the house because, as I said, I don't like to be like restricted or something. I don't know how you say it in English, but when things are pressuring everywhere, so
Right.
that's why I prefer robes.
Right. You like things where they allow you to just be a little free and a little breathing and not have to worry about that.
Exactly. And for some reason I like that better than a t-shirt and shorts.
Right. Well, and each to their own. Now, if I recall rightly, you're the free the nipple person.
Yeah. I
Were
still
all
am.
about that. It's like you just that is that's part of your charm is the
My
fact that you
DNA.
have. Well, go ahead. Tell us about why. Why is the free the nipple part important for you?
Because I think it doesn't make any sense why we have to wear bras to be accepted in society or something. Like saying this already doesn't make any sense to me. And men can just take off their shirt whenever they want outside and nobody will care about it. That doesn't make any sense to me. And besides that, even if I don't compare it to anybody else, just looking at myself, I just don't like the pressure of it. And besides that, even it's not healthy because why would something be healthy if it like puts so much pressure on your skin and on your blood vessels and all stuff like that, your circulation? It's not good for you. It's like a ring that is way too tight around your finger. Nobody will ever say that it's healthy for your finger. So I think there have been tests on women about like the breast, the tightness of it, the basically the condition of that whole area, that it got much better after they stopped wearing bras because they think it holds everything up, but at the same time it also makes everything lazy. So all these muscles don't have to do everything. It's getting lifted up anyway already.
So there's no tone there.
No, it's just like if you would sit all day, your legs would get weaker because you don't walk to work out anymore. Because they're getting supported already by the floor, because you sit down.
So there you go.
So yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah,
let me
I think
see.
Different reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. Bunch of good ones though. Bunch of healthy ones. All right, where can we follow you on social media? Because I know you have something really cool coming up. So
yeah, well,
share that with
first
us.
of all, I obviously have Instagram. The way to go, I basically use Instagram the most. And there I am Ruslandia official. So just add the official. And I think on Twitter I'm also Ruslandia, but I don't really use that. But then we have Patreon. So I found out about Patreon a couple of days ago. And this is a huge deal for me because I stopped posting pictures of all of the products that I reviewed. I will not post it there anymore because there are people who actually watch Lingerie Lowdown. They appreciate the products. They want to watch the videos. And I just made a platform where those people can actually go there and watch it instead of all the other people on Instagram just for the fun of it,
Right. How do we find you? So we find you on Patreon. How do we find you on Patreon?
Yeah, it's just the link of the website / Ruslandia also.
Okay. So it's Patreon / Ruslandia, and that's how they can find you.
Yeah, patreon.com/Ruslandia.
Okay. Very cool. And so we'll follow you on Instagram. We'll follow you on Patreon. So there
Yeah.
you go. Anything coming up that you want to promote that you would like people to look out for?
Not that I know of,
I mean,
actually.
obviously
They
the
will all.
Patreon is something that you want people to look out for.
Yeah, definitely, because I just started posting there and I haven't done any reviews in a while. I think
So,
for a couple of months.
all right.
And
So,
Scott is also like posting some things.
uh-huh.
So yeah, there are things coming up. I think it was called the High Five, the
Okay.
review that we do with 5 people, same
Mm-hmm.
item. I'm gonna
Okay.
do that too. So I would just basically say for Lingerie Lowdown, everybody who is hearing this, just check out Patreon. That's the best way. I'll be
Okay.
posting everything there. That's all the behind the scene shots of the reviews.
Okay.
Because I'd rather post it there.
Yeah, a lot of things get left on the editing room floor, so you'll get a chance to see all of it. And should we follow you on Instagram just so we know what's going on?
Yeah, definitely. I'm very active on Instagram. I will
Mm-hmm.
definitely be posting a lot there. It's just
Okay.
really like the products that I do on Lingerie Lowdown,
Uh-huh.
those specific will all be together there. So it
Okay.
can be that community. It's
Mm-hmm.
just, I think it's much better for people who are
Well,
actually interested in hosiery, for
mhm.
example.
Well, that way you can be more specific in whatever somebody has a question or something like that. You can answer those questions for
Exactly.
them. Mm-hmm. Well, you've been outstanding, Ruslandia. I really appreciate you coming back and visiting because it's such a treat, and you're always an entertaining young lady. And I wish you all the best with your new Patreon page and all the fun stuff. And we'll have you back.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Special thanks to our guest today, Ruslandia, for joining us. You can see all of her wonderful presentations right there on Lingerie Lowdown, the website. That's Lingerie Lowdown, the website. We'll be back with more of Lingerie Lowdown, the podcast, right after this.
Life is about making decisions. At BMW I, we decided it was time to reinvent the car from the ground up, making sure we were open for truly innovative ideas. We decided that the car we wanted must be electric, and it should be made of extremely light and super strong carbon fiber. And finally, we decided to make it more intelligent and added our promise of incomparable driving pleasure. We made all these decisions to offer you a choice. The all-electric BMW i3.
Welcome back to Lingerie Lowdown, everybody. Now, if you have not yet joined our podcast family, well, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, we make it very easy to do. All you have to do is go to the iTunes store because we're part of the Apple Podcast family. Go over to Google Play because we're part of the Google Podcast family as well. You can find us on Spreaker, Stitcher, Spotify, as well as TuneIn, iHeart, and YouTube, to name a few. Now, for some reason you can't find us, just go right out there, type in Lingerie Lowdown, the podcast, and hit the favorite button or the subscribe button. And every 2 weeks, you get a brand new edition of the podcast sent directly to your tablet, to your phone, or to both. Also, if you have an assistant device like Alexa or Google or any of the Apple products, which answers to Siri, all you have to do is say, hey, Alexa or Google or Siri, play the latest edition of Lingerie Lowdown, the podcast, and they'll do it for you, okay? So please go out there and subscribe today. We would greatly appreciate it. Now, we have a very cool promotion for you. We want you to become part of the Lingerie Lowdown website family, okay? At lingerielowdown.com. That's www.lingerielowdown.com. And you're going to see presenters, as we said, from all over the world that showcase items you can't even imagine. There are thousands of items of fashion for you to look at, and it comes from the conservative to the outlandish, but it's all there for you to look at. It's all presented in a way that you'll be able to get a good idea, and an honest one, of whether it's something you want. It is the perfect subscription for your wife, for your girlfriend, for couples, or just for yourself. You really get to learn a lot about all different types of fashion from this website. And folks, we have a deal for you. And the deal is this. If you subscribe to our 6 or 12-month membership plan, you get 10% off when prompted by using the promo code RUSPOD. Okay, that's RUSPOD, RUSPOD. All you have to do to get 10% off when you subscribe to one of our 6 or 12-month membership plans, you can't get a better deal than that. So please come out to www.lingerielowdown.com, the website. Join us. Have fun with us. See the presenters. Find out everything you always needed to know about not only how to wear the lingerie or wear the items that we have from a fashion standpoint, but how to style them as well. Okay? You got all that going for you. 6 or 12-month membership. We're going to give you 10% off. All you have to do when prompted is to use the promo code RUS, R-U-S, POD, P-O-D, one word, RUSPOD. Okay? Check it out today. You'll be glad that you did. All right. That's it for this week's edition of Lingerie Lowdown, the podcast. I'm Jim Williams. For everyone here at Lingerie Lowdown, we want to thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks' time.